Episode 2: The Turning Point in My Life. As mentioned previously, my partner, after pleading with me and stating in writing that he would not interfere with us and would leave us alone, I gave in and withdrew the charges, and we went our own separate ways. By now, I was pretty sure that I finally got rid of him and that I was going to start a whole new life for me and my children. All I wanted was peace. I could not go to work in my state and was booked off till Monday. I was still very sore, very hurt, and very remorseful. I could not think straight and just couldn't believe that this was happening to me. I could not even pray as I felt that God had forsaken me. I hated this man and had no love for him at all. How could he have done this to me? I looked around me, and as everyone was preparing for a joyous, festive period, here I was crying inside me. Life was so unfair to me, and I kept questioning myself. Why me? It was Sunday morning. My cousin and her husband went to church. It was raining very heavy, and as I lay in bed, I questioned God with a painful heart and tears rolling down. God, are you crying with me? Later that afternoon, my partner arrives at my cousin's gate. My cousin approached me and said that she cannot turn him away and that I must call him in. I refused, but she insisted. Reluctantly, I called him in. He apologized to us for what had happened. I still did not give in. He went on to say that he had called Alcoholics Anonymous that morning and was waiting for someone to come through to him. I did not believe him. To prove himself, he called AA in our prison and mentioned to the person on the other side that he had called in the morning and was told that someone would be in contact with him. The response given was that someone would be coming out to see him that evening. I still did not believe this man. For all my married life, he had made so many promises, only to be broken over and over again. How could I believe him this time around? After chatting to my cousin and her husband, my partner left. He actually did go to an AA meeting. This I found out on Monday. After he had left us, he went home and noting that no one came forth from AA, he found out where the meeting was being held that evening and went through on his own. He took the first step on his own. Monday morning, my partner calls me and asked if I was going to work. I said yes, and he said that he was coming to fetch me to take me to work. I agreed, but was still very angry and cold inside me. By this time, it was a couple of days to my birthday, and he was very polite and was trying his best to get me back home. I thought very hard about this, and I thought of my children and did not want them growing up without their father. With so many mixed feelings in me, feeling very lost, very tired and weary, feeling very sorry for myself, and thinking whether my decision was right. Finally, I gave in and agreed to go back home. I went back on my birthday. I felt very hot when I entered. Just as I was cold inside me, my house was cold. It was in shambles. It was not a jovial atmosphere. However, we both were cautious and civil to one another. Christmas Day arrived, and I was panic-stricken. This meant celebrations, which naturally would be with alcohol. My cousin invited us over for lunch, And I was very skeptical because I knew that there would be other people there who would be consuming alcohol. But then on the other end, I thought if we stayed at home, he would most probably leave us and go out on his own to find that alcohol. We attended, and this was the very first test for my partner. And yes, there were other family members enjoying themselves with alcohol, but he refrained from joining them. The second test came on the 29th of December. We were invited for my partner's cousin's 21st birthday party. I was panic-stricken once again, knowing very well that there would be alcohol and the temptation would be there. Thank God, he refrained totally. This, my dear friends, was my very first Christmas and New Year spent, ever since we got married, without alcohol. I just could not believe that my 13 years of marriage was spent in total sobriety. Since that day, he attended his first AA meeting. Besides, for Christmas Day and New Year's Day, my partner was attending AA meetings. Meetings continued into the new year, and my partner was advised that there were separate meetings for the spouses and one for the children, Al-Anon and Alateen meetings. He asked me if I wanted to attend. By this time, I knew that I was affected and that I also needed help. So I took the brave step of attending Al-Anon meetings. Leaving you with this thought once again. Sometimes life doesn't unfold the way you want, but the detours, heartbreaks, and closed doors often lead you to something better. It's not failure, it's redirection, guiding you towards the path you are meant to walk. God bless. Till my next episode.